Peace, light, and love, family. Thank you for connecting with this pretty mystic vibe. The intention here is to encourage, uplift, and inspire us to look our best, feel our best, own our power so that we can be our best. So join me, the pretty priestess, your divine sister, on this fascinating exploration. I'm setting it off with my singing bowl that I got from my wonderful friend Bonnie. Ashe to her, who has transitioned into the ancestor realm. This brings me into harmony, helps me to find my center, and I have really been doing a lot of powerful work with this that has really been helping me to stay grounded, to stay focused. What a powerful tool. So I introduced this in the beginning of our connection so that we can really get into harmony of what our intention is. So, light and love to everybody, family. Oh, happy holidays. Happy New Year, everyone. 2021, the year five, all about that expression, all about expansion. Let's get it, y'all. Here we go. But also on the shadow wind, let's make sure that we are recognizing that shadow energy that we really want to be careful with so that we don't fall into that whole victim, somebody needs to be doing it for me mentality, that woe is me type of vibe and everything. We ain't dealing with that type of energy right about now. We're going to focus on our expansion. We're going to focus on our growth. And we're going to access our majesty up in this particular piece, family. So, light and love to you. Let me tell you about some stuff that I've been doing. Really, for the most part, I've been sitting on my couch, sipping wine, getting it in, and watching old school sitcoms from the 90s and the early turn of the century. For real. For real. And I have definitely caught me some healing with that. I don't know what it is about sitting back watching these old school sitcoms where we just talk about shit that doesn't matter, that makes you laugh and everything. It's nice to escape all of that drama and all of the madness that's going on in this world and just to sit back, enjoy, and laugh. So that's where I've been at, pretty much working on keeping my vibration high during this time. What a trying time it has been. Like nobody's business. I also reached out to one of my sisters to try to really keep in that whole intention of keeping my vibration high. She's putting together these raise your vibration kits, and so once I get that and start to really work with that, I'm gonna tell you what that's all about. I expect that it's gonna be phenomenal, and I am excited to work with that. So once I get a hold of that, I'll let you know what that's all about and where you can get you one. So definitely stay tuned with that. And I've been working with this bay leaf and really been doing a lot of manifestations with that. Bay leaf is a masculine type of herb, and you can really use it in a lot of protection rituals. It helps to increase those psychic powers when you burn it. And a lot of times it's also burned in prosperity rituals as well. But for my purposes, what I've been working with that bay leaf for is to really write those intentions down directly on the bay leaves, set them afire, because that bay leaf is the fire element and it really works well when you light it up, baby. Yes, indeed. So if you want to burn and banish some stuff away from you, definitely write it down on that bay leaf. Burn it, put it in a fireproof bowl, watch that bad boy burn, burn, burn. Speak to what your intention is on how you want it to go away, banish whatever it is that you want it to do, make it groovy for you. And what I do is I'll take that ash and either use some charged water, flush it right on down the toilet, close the lid, and say goodbye to it. Now, also on the flip side, to manifest with it, right? Oh yeah, you can. There's a two-edged sword. At least in my particular experience, don't come for me because this is what works for me, and what's for me is for me. I write it down. I manifest whatever it is I'm putting down on that bay leaf. hold it up in my hand and visualize it, set it on fire, baby, and affirm my business. Then I throw it in that charged water. In that bowl, throw that charged water on it, let it mix up, and then I'll put it back into the earth. Now, the earth, in my particular case, all depending on where I'm at and what the intention is on what it is that I'm trying to do. So, if it's something that's for my home, my personal use and everything, or for just a personal thing. I want prosperity, that I'm trying to bring some prosperity to me. And this is for me, then I would take that and I would put it in one of my house plants, and I would take the water mixture, bury it in a little hole in one of my plants and everything, cover it back up, keep it moving, and allow my home to benefit from the energy of that. Or I'll take it outside and bury it somewhere on my property, but outside when I want to, let's say, make sure that prosperity is hitting all of those folks around me. So I'm trying to really bless the world or bless everybody in my circle with something real proper. So then I'm doing it that way. Now, I ain't in the business of really working any type of rituals for anyone. I don't give a damn what it is as far as prosperity wise and everything, unless that's what they wanted to do. So what I try to do is I send light, healing, love, and positive energy if they want it. And if they don't receive it, then we can send it back into Mother Earth and let it nourish the ground and keep it moving. I ain't giving nobody nothing they don't want. I ain't in the business of showing up uninvited, and that's for sure. Let's talk about what's happening in this world. I want to flip the script, because we can sit back and we can talk about all of the bullshit that's wrong, that sad ass stimulus. Let's flip the script on that $600, right? So instead of low pitch Mitch giving us 6, let's flip the script. What if the script actually was flipped? If the script actually was flipped, what if Mitch McConnell decided on Monday, after reflecting over the weekend, that perhaps $600 was just not enough for the American people? And instead, I'm going to take that $600 and I'm going to add an additional $4,400 to it, to make it an even $5,000, so that they can bring in 2021 a little bit brighter. Wouldn't that be sweet? Wouldn't that be swell? And let me just reach up further. What if Dr. Fauci told us what in the hell he was smirking all the time for? What if he decided to do that shit? Now, wouldn't that make all of our day? But I'm going to leave that be and keep it moving like that, because I am not going to spend too much time marinating and meditating on that particular bullshit right there. For real, moving forward. Hey, remember this one? Remember this. When you walk, when you pass me by, there's three things that come immediately to mind. One is I'd like to have you. Two is I love your face. Third one is irrelevant, cause there's no time or place. Oh yeah, that right there was Cameo, family, with Attack Me With Your Love. That used to be my mom's jam. The year, fam, 1985. Oh, in 85. What was cracking in 85? The Color Purple came out that year, and Back to the Future. That's also when they messed with the formula for Coca-Cola, brought out a new Coke to compete with Pepsi that tasted like shit. And they ended up bringing that back a little bit later. But guess what they was wearing too at that time? Everybody was rocking Coca-Cola wear. Now, I don't know what it looked like here in Pittsburgh or anywhere else, but when I lived in Ohio, then I'm originally born and raised Dayton, Ohio. Shout out to the fam there. But that's what we were rocking at that particular time was the Coca-Cola gear, even though they shitted on the Coca-Cola. How about that? So we was rocking with that. Also, 1985, who was the president? Ronald Reagan was the president. And Bush Sr. was the vice president. Nintendo was released at that time, and that was the launch of the Super Mario Brother phenomenon. And Michael Jordan got listed as the Rookie of the Year. All of this was going down in 1985 when brothers was wearing sweater vests and the cushion boot was right and exact. Well, at least not. Well, you know what? Not. Let me digress because I was gonna say no. I don't think so. Today, your sister will not be wearing the cushion boot. Not feeling it. Ain't liking it. Ain't digging it. But I was in a different space mentally in 1985. You know, where my concern in 1985 was being able to play in the snow. And so some of those cushion boots probably would have served me well because I would do anything to be able to play in the snow at the time without freezing to death. I'm putting bread bags over my socks, layering on them up and everything. Some cushion boots probably would have did me some good at that particular time. But today, oh, not so much. But that was 1985, that year in review, family. Yeah. Let's get it. So let's talk about the principle of mentalism in accessing our majesty, right? So let me talk about mentalism real quick. I pulled out my book, The Kabbalion. I got the one from the 3 initiatives, and I want to just drop this real quick, straight from the book, that on the principle of mentalism, that all is mind, the universe is mental. This principle embodies the truth that all is mind. It explains that the all, which is the substantial reality underlying all the outward manifestations and appearances which we know under the terms of the material universe, the phenomena of life, matter, energy, and, in short, that is apparent to our material senses, is spirit, which in itself is unknowable and undefinable, but which may be considered and thought of as an unusual, as a universal, infinite living mind. It also explains that the phenomenal world or universe is simply a mental creation of the all, subject to the laws of creating things, and that the universe as a whole and in its parts or unit has in existence in the mind of the all, in which the mind we live, move, and have our being. This principle, by establishing the mental nature of the universe, easily explains all of the very mental and psychic phenomena that occupy such a large portion of the public attention, and which without such explanation are non-understandable and defy scientific treatment. An understanding of this great hermetic principle of mentalism enables the individual to readily grasp the laws of the mental universe and to apply the same to his well-being and advancement. The hermetic student is enabled to apply intelligently the mental laws instead of using them in a haphazard manner. With the master key in his possession, hold up now, The student may unlock the many doors of the mental and psychic temple of knowledge and enter the same freely and intelligently. This principle explains the true nature of energy, power, and matter. And now, why all of these are subordinate to the mastery of mind, one of the old Hermetic masters wrote long ages ago. He who hold it, watch this now. He who grasps the truth of the mental nature of the universe is well advanced on the path to mastery. And these words are true today as the time they were first written. Without this master key, mastery is impossible, and the student knocks in vain at the many doors of the temple. This right here is a major key alert. Major key alert. Mentalism. Mentalism. See, this right here is the foundation of what this magic, what this energy work, what this work right here, what this spiritual work is all about. So when we're getting into it, so let's talk about this with mentalism, all being mind and the universe being mental. All of that we perceive is a mental creation. Now let's talk about that, what we perceive, the type of car you driving, the style you rocking, how you operate, the friends that you carry, keep around you and everything. That's all a mental creation. You start to think in your mind about what it is that you like, what your preferences are, it's all mind. And you begin to create that within your life. This applies to your victory in life, your well-being, your advancement. This is the true nature of energy. I'm going to really recommend that you get the Kabbalion and study this principle of mentalism, because this right here is the major key alert. Okay? This is your pathway to mastery once you grasp this, right? Visualizations, candle magic, element magic. And of course, what I likes dealing with a lot is that glamour magic. All is connected to this principle. All is rooted in that principle of mentalism, of all being mind and the universe being mental. You being able to create a world. You are God. Do not forget this. During this year and moving forward, about the level of power that you have over your world. Please do not forget that. This glamour magic thing that I love to work with, that I really enjoy working with, is all about getting a laser focus on whatever my goals, whatever my intentions are, right? This is also like the root of that law of attraction, right? When you start to access that reticular activating system that Tony Robbins talks about. And let me see, where is he at? I was just going through this too. The Tony Robbins book, where he talks about the reticular activation system, which is that magnet that's in your mind once you start setting goals, where you start to attract opportunities and information that's going to help you to achieve your goals. And it gets you into a sweet spot towards that transformation. See, once you start getting that mastery piece in place, you start to activate this system within you, which is called the reticular activation system. or activating that magnetite crystal that's in your brain that allows you to attract that which you focus on. Watch this now. Mentalism. Mentalism. See, this is a major key alert because I'm not really, see, it took me a minute to really, really absorb that in a powerful and meaning way. Because what this just let me know is that I actually really, for sure enough, got the power to completely shift the condition, my condition, any way that I want it to go, right? So I'm getting a laser focus on my goal and allowing it to activate my RAS, the reticular activating system, so that I can track information, experiences, people that's going to support me in moving towards my goals, my intentions. So what are some things that we can do to get into that space? Study mentalism. Please do. Study mentalism. I'm not spending too much time on that. Study mentalism, family. Study mentalism. And really, really get this embedded in your psyche about the level of control and power that you got in this piece, family. You can create your life. It is for you. You can win. You can do it. You can be that person. That person that you admired, that you looked up to. Oh yeah. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's be this. Them people that you watched and you saw them walking away in victory, seeing them living this dream, living that good life, rocking these nice fine clothes, driving in a fine automobile, living in a nice ass house with neighbors that don't got a whole bunch of stinking ass dogs and relatives laying around like alley cats, bringing down the quality of your neighborhood. No, you ain't got to live that way, fam. You ain't got to live that way. Live next door to somebody that want to encourage you in the morning and wave at you and courteous enough to not allow whatever dispute that they're having to spill over into your yard. You feel confident about walking through your community in the evening. That life is for us. Are we about that life? Why not? Why not you? Heading that department, owning that business, driving that car. Yeah, you can do that. You can get the hell up off that bus. Yes, you can. Absolutely. You can do that. Rocking designer clothes and bags and boarding jets and traveling the world and making some powerful connections. Oh, this is you. This is you. You can do this. Absolutely. Let's talk about that. So what are some things that has helped me? And this is me. I'm telling you, I got this work here with studying, this Kabbalion, with studying with the Tony Robbins, just really trying to figure out the very best strategies that I can do to connect to my star player. So here's something that I've been doing for 10 minutes for the next few days. Very, very helpful. Dedicate that time to getting a laser focus on exactly what your goal is, exactly what it is that you're trying to do. Are you getting that Benz? Are you getting that Tesla? Are you getting that new job? Are you starting that business? Are you writing that book? What you doing? Let's get that goal together and really make it plain. The scripture teaches in the Christian text that you must write the vision and make it plain. Let's get it, family. Let's get it. Then think about it. Now, when you really thinking about that, how we gonna get this laser focus on what it is that we want to do if we can't really get into the energy of what it is we're trying to make happen? So here's what I did. I really started to think about what would I do if I could do anything in this world that I wanted to do, and I knew that I wouldn't fail. Is that gangster or what? Now I heard that, and I remember I got a reading a while back, and this was some advice that was given to me, and it started to shift how I felt about achieving my goals by just sitting with the thought of being unstoppable and being able to claim victory in that which I pursue. I really struggled with that, fam. I really did. I really struggled with seeing myself in that victory like that. So I really had to spend time in the energy of that. I really, really did. But it definitely helped. You got to do that repeatedly. If you're like me and it takes you a minute to really connect with it really being you, yeah. We getting this together, fam. We getting this together. Please know this. And then recognize that there's no limits in joy. Be like a child and shit, right? Like you have just received the kings to the kingdom, enjoying it, immersing yourself in it, and living in it, and really embracing that whole vibration. So moving towards that majesty, right? Majesty, in my opinion, is that unshakable confidence, that regality that people carry about themselves. Not thinking that we're better than anyone else, but knowing that no one is better than we are. That majestic presence of being confident in who I am and congratulating you for being a winner too. Majesty. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hold up. Let's get some guidance to go on how we can go about accessing this majestic vibe, accessing the majestic energy. Today, I'm rocking with the Kim deck, and I got a little something on. Okay, so first we're gonna talk about accessing the majesty. Boom. Some guidance to go from the Kim deck on how we can really propel ourselves into the energy so that we can get in alignment to access the majesty through that principle of mentalism. Well, the Kim deck brings us the goddess Sekhmet, who reminds us to push through these obstacles and blocks. This is a part of the process, family. This is a purification time. Stand in the fire. Let it burn you. Let it purify you, baby. Let's get it. And watch how much stronger you get. See, a lot of people think this shit's supposed to be easy, right? That somebody's supposed to hand it to you, congratulate you, and high five you the whole way. Not necessarily, family. See, if you want to really, really feel like you paid the cost to be the boss, you're going to have to push through the blocks, the obstacles, so that you can own that power, baby. That's what makes it yours, knowing that you put the work in. Then number 2, what do we do? What do we do? I got card number 18, which is all about inner vibes, healing, and cycles of growth. And this is a card that really reminds you to have love for your whole self, right? This is a card that's really reminding you to be forgiving of yourself, to recognize that you're going to make mistakes. You know, this is a card that's getting you to recognize that you got to be in a space of accepting yourself and knowing that you're going to make the mistakes and all of this other stuff. Self-acceptance, love, and really paying attention to who you are so that you can be in a space to make provisions for yourself. If you know you're one of those people that you want to lose weight, but you know you like to snack, then it's probably a good idea to stock it up with some better snacks. Knowing who you are so that you can make moves to set yourself up for the victory. Loving yourself through the process so when you fall down or fall short, that you can continue to encourage yourself and move on. Having love for your whole self, having acceptance for your whole self so that you can move forward and get your victory. And then the last thing for our guidance to go is the goddess head Haru. Woo! And when she comes right here, she is bringing that energy of joy, sex, and the power of divine. These are all of the things, that ecstasy of winning, right? When you claim in that victory, the goddess Haru wants you to remember that principle of mentalism, encouraging you to create those things that you want to have in your life through transformation and being open to receive what the divine has for you and trusting that divine order to make it right for you. You're going to do the work. Trust me. You're not going to sit down and just wait for something to happen. But you're going to be alert and oriented when it happens, when it's going down, when it's game time. You go recognize that and you go be ready for it. Why? Because you kept your mind on your goal and your goal on your mind. And now you're about to transform and catch some victory and really, really catch that joy. Catch that power, catch that ecstasy of the victory of achieving your goal. So family, I'm going to wrap it up right about now. I want to encourage you to study the principle of mentalism. Study the principle of mentalism. Let's go back over those 3 steps. Push through the blocks. Love yourself. And create the world that you want in your mind. Focus on how you want it to go down and watch how it do what it do. If there was anything in this world that you could do, fam, anything in this world that you could do and you knew that you would succeed, oh, you can't fail, you will succeed, you can win, what would you do? And enjoy the thought of that. Spend some time and sit with that, family. I will talk to you next week. Peace and light. Peace and love. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'm going to continue in jamming to that cameo. Yeah. Peace and light, family. Peace and love. Peace, 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 peace.